this video, we will be cleaning the induction system or air intake system in this 2003 Toyota Camry. Taking a look inside the engine bay, we first want to focus our attention on the driver's side portion of the vehicle. Specifically, we are wanting to locate the air filter housing. Located next to our air filter housing, we have our mass airflow sensor. Directly behind that mass airflow sensor, we have our air intake ducts. If we follow those ducts, we then get to the throttle body and the idle control system. From a different angle, we see our air filter housing assembly. We can see the air intake ducts. If we then follow those down, that will lead to the throttle body. We need to gain access to the throttle body. Taking a look at the point where our air ducting meets the throttle body, we can see that there is a spring clamp. We need to use pliers to release tension off of that spring clamp and work that ducting off of the throttle body. And with that ducting pushed to the side, we have clear access to the butterfly valve on our throttle body.
According to the directions, we want to spray this product directly into the throttle body as fast as we can without stalling the engine. However, because I exposed that throttle body, the vehicle will not stay running. So we will be going in through the upper air intake resonator, which basically is just used to reduce some of the noise from the air intake system.
Loosening our clamp, we should be able to slip that off. And this should give us easy access directly above the throttle body. We'll go ahead and start the vehicle again and see if it remains running.
And using your hand, you can tell that we do have a little bit of suction. This will pull the product into the throttle body.
So our procedure here is to warm up the vehicle to operating temperature. We want to make sure this is done outside because this stuff stinks really bad. We have our access point as close to the throttle body as we can easily get to. After the engine has warmed up to operating temperature, we're going to spray Amsoil Power Foam into the throttle body as fast as we can without stalling the engine. What we don't want to have happen is we spray too much, the engine dies, we have to start it. We spray more, the engine dies, we have to start it, because that's very hard on the starter and the engine. So again, we want to spray this as fast as possible without the engine dying.
Normally this will produce a substantial amount of white smoke out of the tailpipe. However, with this process on this vehicle, I used half the can and there was absolutely no smoke, which was somewhat concerning. The engine ended up dying, and when I restarted it, all of that white smoke came out. Now this vehicle has a pretty severe exhaust leak directly below the engine, and this white smoke was coming out through the flex pipe, which had a massive hole in it. I let everything burn off for about a minute or so and then proceeded with using the rest of the can.
Once finished, we want to shut off the engine and allow the vehicle to sit for 10 to 15 minutes. We're going to put everything back together, and I've set a timer for 15 minutes with the engine off. This will allow the residual product to literally foam up and eat whatever is attached to the walls inside the engine. Now that it has been 15 minutes, I'm going to start the vehicle. I'm going to give it a little bit of gas if necessary, because we do have a buildup of power foam inside the engine, and so sometimes it's a little difficult to start. So I'll give it a little bit of gas and try to maintain a very low idle. I will slowly release my foot off the gas pedal until the vehicle idles, and I'm going to let the vehicle run for another 15 or 20 minutes just idling. This will make sure that the entire system is all cleared out of the power foam and any contaminants that it is cleaning out with it. Now, this particular vehicle has some massive exhaust leaks, one of which is located directly underneath the engine. So all the smoke that you see is actually the exhaust coming out of the brake in the exhaust system, located directly below the engine. And after 15 minutes, we can turn the vehicle off. I did get some check engine light codes because we disconnected some different components. You can clear those yourself, or those should clear themselves within a couple days of driving the vehicle. One last check, and this service is complete.